Hello everybody, welcome back to another Classic Arcade Repair. This, of course, if you can tell, is an Asteroids board. Now I just got this out of the box. It just had a sticker on it that said bad. Now I don't know anything about it. I didn't even plug it in and turn it on. I don't even have my harness out. First thing I was doing is I was replacing these sockets. It's the old Atari sockets on the CPU and the EEPROMs. So I've got those removed. That's where I'm at. And I figured I'd pick up right here with you. So I'm going to put new sockets in it and repopulate it. And then we'll plug it in and see what it does before doing anything else. This thing does have a tag on it that says that it was repaired at some point. And it does have these capacitors at least replaced, which is good. And some of the electrolytics, I think the other ones might be original, I don't know. But at least the power ones are changed. That's a good thing. So I have also cut out the voltage regulators because they were originals. I forgot about that. I gotta clear these out. That's always just part of the maintenance of these boards is sockets and regulators, voltage regulators. So I'll go ahead and pull those out and clear out the solder. Replace those. Replace the sockets, repopulate the chips in it, get my harness out, plug it in, and I'll come back with you and we'll turn this thing on and see what it does. Okay, I got the sockets replaced and cleaned up. I also cleaned up all of the prior work and cleaned up some of the bad solder on there. I got the regulators in, all the new voltage regulators soldered in and cleaned up. Cleaned all this up really good. It looks like it could use another cleaning. That one didn't clean very good. I'm going to clean that again. These look good. Let me go ahead and scrub that one more time and then we'll populate and turn on. Alright, yeah, that looks a lot better. Get that flux residue off of there. So this thing is now good to go. We'll put the chips in it. Get my harness out, get it plugged in, and we'll plug it in and put it on this little scope and see what we get. Okay, we're all hooked up. We are all hooked up. Power supply is plugged in. This thing is on. Where is it? How come there's no dot? Oh. There we go. There, XY. Okay. There we go. It got off of XY for some reason. Alright, let's fire it up. It lights on, that's good. Oh, look at that. Well, looky there. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, look at that. That thing's on. I didn't even know that was plugged in. That's not good. I've had that plugged in the whole time. Gosh, what a bonehead move. I've had that damn monitor plugged in and didn't know it. Well, anyway, yeah, there it is. We're going to make sure that the dip switches make some changes. There we go. Now it's in English. 2 coins. So it looks like this one was just needed maintenance, had some socket work done, and regulators. It's just that's always a given. It's something that you have to do right off the bat. This got sent to me as bad, and that's all it needed. So I don't know. Let's reset. Try to get it to 1 coin, 1 play. That's free play. So let's do this. There's 1 coin, 1 play. So we'll play this game and make sure the sounds are all good and go from there. Alright, we're going to do a little gameplay here. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. There is an issue with this board that you hopefully will see. It flashes errant vectors. It's almost like it's flashing the test mode or something weird like that. Now you might see when I shoot some asteroids like some errant little vectors shooting out. That is normal on this monitor. Every Asteroids game that I play on this monitor has that artifacting. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when it flashes the test mode, which is weird. So we'll go ahead and start game. Uh-oh. Oh, now it's not starting. It's resetting when I start it. Push start. Of course, now it's not going to do it. See, it just totally reset right there. It went into test mode and reset. I'm glad I caught that. If I coin it up and start, it was totally flaking out before it wouldn't even start. Nice shot. There it goes again. And see that? Went into test mode. This time it didn't reset. That time it did reset. So it's got an issue. It's got an issue with resetting and going into test mode. I'm going to let this thing sit here and run for hours, and hopefully it just fails. Whatever. It's in the reset, or it's in the test circuit, I think. Obviously, so keep that in mind. And you know, something that when you put it into test mode, you have to look at the schematic and find that signal and find out where that goes and everything, and it's causing it to reset. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to let this thing run for a handful of hours, and hopefully it comes out and it's just totally flaked out. So I'll be back. Okay, I came out after a handful of hours and it was still running as you would expect. And I got to thinking, I've seen this before. I have seen this very problem. And it was vector RAM. So I got the Fluke out and started doing some testing. Now when you do a test, when I do a put this thing into test, let me see. If I run the board, yeah, it's not really wanting to run over there. It's kind of being dumb. The Fluke doesn't really run this thing very good. So anyway, the RAM is 4000 to 43 FF. That's these two. And then these two are 44 to 47 FF. And if I do a RAM short from 4000 to 43 FF, that's testing this one. This one's the upper bits, this one's the lower 4 bits. And we should be done with our, there we go, it says okay. Now if we do a RAM short on the other ones, oops, RAM short from here to here, that's these two. Okay, good. So you'd think, wow, I guess it's not the RAM, right? They test good. Aha. Let's do a RAM long. Now, long RAM test is just it exercises the RAM in a lot more patterns, many more patterns. And a lot of times you have to do a long test to get an accurate anything. Anyway, let's do 4000. 43 FF. Remember, that's this one and this one. So this takes a little bit more time, so I'll go ahead and cut away and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, that long test is complete, and you can see that these two are indeed good. Now remember, this is the upper 4 bits. This is the lower 4 bits of range 4400 to 47FF. So now we're going to go to long test at this range. And you see we immediately get errors on the long test. Let's go back to the short test. Now it's giving us an error there. Yeah, weird. It's weird that it was working and now it's not. Anyway, if we jump a RAM over this one right here, remember this is the upper 4 bits. Now if we repeat, it'll be fine. That's a bad RAM. That's a bad RAM, and maybe it's gone even worse or whatever since we put this on here, but I mean, you saw we did a short test and it passed. Yeah, see? That's just a bad RAM. Oops. Yeah, now it's totally failing. So that guy's got to go. And that will probably... That is the problem. I know it, because I've seen this before with that flashing stuff on Asteroids. And it was a bad RAM, and it was deceiving because I'd put it into test, and it'd go right to the test pattern. It didn't tell me that there was a bad RAM. But now I bet you it would. I'll put the Fluke away, and we'll put the CPU back in it, and we'll see what it does. See if it actually runs, or if this time it'll tell us that there's a bad RAM. So let's check that out. Alright, here you go. Same old RAM in the board, and I just put the CPU back in it. And turn it on, and it looks fine and dandy, don't it? We'll go ahead and put it into test. And it just looks great. But we know after doing our Fluke testing, this RAM is no good. That one right there is just flat out bad. So we'll go ahead and replace this one, and that'll take care of this board. It's just weird though how it does that. So just keep that in mind with this type of game. Maybe any vector game, to be honest. If you see flashing or nonsense with resets or errant vectors flashing around, it can 100% be vector RAM. That does not show up as bad. This one's definitely no good. So I'm going to replace that, and that'll be basically the end of this video. So, all right, be right back. Okay, I got that RAM replaced. And just for completion's sake, I've got the Fluke back out on it. We're going to do a RAM long on that range. I'm not going to make you sit here through it. I'll come back when it's done. I'm expecting it to be done any second. It's been a while. There we go. Yep. Now that's good. It's just weird that it'll run with that bad RAM. It was just a flaky RAM. And it was not detectable during the self-test. The self-test just must do a really simple read and write of a series of ones and zeros or something. Nothing really too extravagant sent to it. So something good to keep in mind if you're seeing random flashes of stuff and random resets like we saw when I was playing the game. Good chance that it's a flaky RAM that's going under the radar. Okay, cool. That's it. That's good for this one. I guess we'll do one final gameplay and then wrap it up. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Let's do a coin up. And a start. Oh man, my eyes are messed up. Not focused in on this. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, shoot, that scared me. Such a cool game. Classic. Ugh. You got me. Oh. Oh. I gotta quit doing that. Ah! Jerk. Jerk! I hate them little... Ugh. Yeah, I did not get to the high score beep. Darn it. I suck at Asteroids. I like it, but I'm not good at it. Turn the lights on. Yeah, so that's going to do it. And since this thing already ran for about 4 hours today, I'm going to call it good. It was just a bad RAM. Alright. So I replaced the sockets. I replaced this RAM. I replaced the regulators. I guess that's it. I cleaned this board really good. I cleaned up after the work that was done prior. I really cleaned the back of this board good. And yeah, good to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next Classic Arcade Repair. Bye for now. It's only that part right there is the only part that's a garage. The rest of it I'll show you. It's kind of like just a man cave type deal. I'm catching rainwater for some reason. I don't even know why I got that there. I got to empty it out and recycle it. But yeah. Oh, there's my dad. There's Dad. You're being videoed. Say hi. I'm making a little video for my YouTube channel.
For your what?
My YouTube channel.
YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube? Boy, that time I see he quit.